Welcome, welcome, welcome to Monica May's One Take Live. Before we go anywhere, I have to ask you to please help us spread the word. I want you to tap like and click the share button so you can invite your family, your friends, and followers to be a part of our conversation. One Take Live streams, as you know, on Facebook. It's on YouTube. We're also on Spotify as well as Apple. My guest this evening is just so creative, so talented. His name is Chris Surrey. He's the creator of Paintbox Laboratories. He's going to explain all of this to us. One of their big events is coming up May 23rd here in Orlando, and he's going to talk with us this evening about it. It's called the F3 Fest. So, Chris, how you doing?
Wonderful. How you doing, Monica?
I am doing wonderful. We've got a lot of acronyms in here. We've got the 4 weeks from now. So we're calling that the number 4 WFN. And we've got the F3F, and that's Family Financed Fund. And I'm just digging it. And it's all techie. So talk to me about that. And you're out in LA. So thank you for matching up times and making yourself available. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Talk to me a little bit about Paintbox Laboratories. I want to start there first.
Okay, so Paintbox Laboratories is my digital media production company. We work on campaign development for big brands. So we've worked with Walmart, Coca-Cola, Universal Theme Park, doing big campaign development for all kinds of brands. We recently just worked on a campaign with Burrell Communication and a project for Kyrie Irving. It was actually Anta, the new sneaker that he actually launched. We developed AI short story campaign with them using AI in our tech company, and it went over extremely well for the client.
All right. So when you talk about AI, that's something that not everybody has become so familiar with, but of course it is the wave of the future. And this is a huge event that you're bringing here to teach us more about that. And you're inviting families and friends and financiers to be a part of it. Do I have it correct?
You have it extremely correct. You're dead on in terms of what the vision is behind F3F. I launched a tech company last year in May. I actually used to be the executive creative director of Universal Orlando Resorts in-house creative marketing group. I was the executive creative director for 4 years, and I resigned in May of last year to launch my own tech company.
Gotcha.
My tech company is called Kinetic Chain Labs. It's actually part of Paintbox Labs, but what we did is that we actually launched a product. It's actually a SaaS product called Think Diffusion. Think Diffusion is a product we developed that allows for anyone to use the pro-level capabilities of Stable Diffusion on any browser or phone to create generative AI artwork. Our product is doing so well that we have companies who are approaching us to actually work with them to develop campaigns using AI. McDonald's, Anta, Chavez. These are all kinds of brands that we work with, and yet we've only launched last year in May. In fact, June. Our product launched in June, and here we are, not even a year into it and doing extremely well.
So that lets me know that you know what you're doing.
That's yes, I very much, Monica, very much.
That lets me know you know what you're doing. So at Universal, is that where you started really inching your way into the tech field?
Actually, no, the tech field was introduced to me by my co-founders. I actually knew nothing about AI prior to them actually engaging me and asking me to invest in Kinetic Chain Lab. So I invested in Kinetic Chain Lab, but I was aware of where the industry was going because Universal actually invested in a new division. They launched the AI NFT blockchain division at Universal, and when they started, to bring vendors in to the company, there were nobody of color.
Yeah.
So all these vendors coming in, they're talking about blockchain, NFT, they're talking about, the future of AI, but here there aren't any people coming and meeting with us to talk about this innovative idea around tech. So that got me curious to want to know more about what is AI, where is this coming from? To me, it sounded like a genie in the bottle, so I had no idea what it was talking to. But then I realized that if multi-billion-dollar companies are investing in creating divisions, then it must be real. Why are everyone spending money around this, but yet people of color don't seem to be having these conversations or at the table? And I wanted to sort of change that. Divine Intervention led to my co-founders approaching me. They asked me to invest in a startup company And that's where the magic of me actually jumping into the technology started to come about.
I love that you said magic because for all of us who are new to this tech world and especially AI, it does seem like you said a moment ago magical. The goal of F3F is inclusion, and for 4WFN, it's exposure. How does this affect opportunities for young folks, for students, and how do you all work to bridge that gap?
Well, one of the things, because we develop a SaaS product, remember our product, our competitors are Midjourney, Dali, even Sora. What makes our product different from all their products is that you literally can bring sketches into our product in our tools. So we have been collaborating with schools like FIT,
Mhm.
and if you're talking about a school like FIT, a design school, where literally students are basically taught to learn how to sketch out their ideas. They know that offhand. Our
Mhm.
tool allows you to bring sketches into our tool so that AI can help to inspire your work. You're controlling your IP. So we realized right away that we didn't want to lose the idea that you as a consumer can control your own IP. Unlike Midjourney and Dali, where you just type in a text prompt and something spits out magically, our product allows you to control your ideas. So you have to play a part in actually developing the initial concepts in order for AI to be inspired. That's what we're trying to empower not only students, but we're trying to empower the Black and Brown community to understand AI has leveled the playing field. You have the ability right now to take AI and to create ideas where you can harness your own ideas in your story. So if you're a storybook artist, if you are someone who loves to sketch out their designs, if you're someone who actually loves developing logos or branding, AI can do that. And that's the
Mhm.
magic of what our tool allows for people to do, is that it doesn't change traditionally what you have to do in order to be conceptual. I came from the world of advertising where I've been an art director, and I've always had to conceptually come up with my ideas.
Mhm.
Our AI is a tool, and I'm trying to get people to understand that like AI is a tool. It merely is an extension of your talents. It doesn't replace your think process. You should still be able to think creatively before you start to put AI or any tool to the test of making your ideas better.
It's important that you say that and say that over and over and over because now people are using AI to do their homework. Chris, we're using it and we're relying so much on it, but you're saying from a creative standpoint, this is the difference that you want to make, and this is the way technology is going. Um, the exposure. There's unseen careers in marketing and technology, the sectors for students. It's a growing digital world. How are you getting them interested to be focused on this next level?
Well, one of the reasons why we created F3F was because we wanted to actually bring more exposure to industries that aren't technically thought about. When you think about AI and tech, those are non-traditional industries, and we
Right.
wanted to be able to show people that there is a pipeline of opportunities and jobs that are available. This year, we're launching a beta, so it's a 3-day event. But really, what we're doing is that we're teasing what could come in 2025. There will be a career fair attached to our event in 2025. And the whole idea behind that is that I wanted to give people of color, all people, exposure. If Universal is building a theme park next year that is launching in 2025, that's bigger than all three of their parks combined, that means there are going to be job opportunities. And they are definitely using high tech, innovation around their theme park. I realized when I was at Universal that, hold up, if you're building this theme park and you have these opportunities, I want to make sure that people of color know that these opportunities exist. And how you do that is that you launch in their backyard a career fair, a summit, a festival, and now it'll be difficult for Comcast, Universal, anyone to say we can't find the talent. Where's the pipeline? So we're educating people on what the future of AI and tech looks like. I formed partnership with Women in Tech, Black in Tech Technology Foundation. All kinds of people have joined forces with me on my F3F event because the idea is that I'm utilizing all these organizations to create the pipeline for the talent to exist, but we're also going to educate them on what's available once they do show up. So
Mhm.
that's the idea behind F3F, is that we want to educate, empower, but the biggest thing we want to do is that we want to create a pipeline for opportunities so that no company can say we can't find the talent.
That's it. That's it. There is an organization here called Tech Sassy Girls, and it's for it's multicultural, but my producer was a part of that, and that's why she's so adept at doing what she does to make sure that One Take Live looks the way it does. She learned that. But when you take organizations that are garnering experience for young girls, these are elementary and middle and high school girls of color. It is amazing. And now this is the next level for them. Where are you getting your students from? I mean, they'll see this podcast, they'll hear this podcast. How else are you getting the word out, Chris? Because this is an amazing event that's coming up May 23rd through the 25th.
Ironically, you brought up Dr. Lane Powell, who is the founder and executive director of Tech Sassy Girls. So it's kind of
So
funny
you're
that you brought her up
familiar
because
with Dr.
she's one
Powell.
of our speakers. She's one of our
Good.
speakers. She's speaking on the panel. But these organizations like Tech Sassy Girls, that's what I did. I galvanized these organizations to join forces with me so that, I merely put them on display. If you're on my panel, that's one way of getting exposure and getting access to the students. So between, Tech Sassy Girls, between, Orlando Science High School, I
Mhm.
partner with all of these organizations who have access to all of these, innovative students. And I ask them, bring these students, bring these mentors, bring people who are really about empowering the next generation to my event. It's not just an event. I'm producing a docu-series. The docu-series is called 4 Weeks From Now. It takes you behind the scenes where you see the magic and chaos of what happens behind a show before it launches. It's an event planning show. It gives me the opportunity to show people how you put together an event, how you actually negotiate contracts with hotels, all those things that most people don't know about when it comes to putting on these events. We're going to actually produce a documentary. Not going to, we have. We started shooting months in advance, and that is what we're actually bringing to F3F, is that we're literally putting this platform for everyone to see. If you can't come to the actual event, you can be able to stream it on our streaming partners that we already have a distribution with. But that is the idea, is that I want to not only bring and galvanize all these people together, I want to produce an educational piece that will allow for people to understand the magic and chaos of what happens when you create something like this.
And you are right, because doing any type of an event, the magic comes at the end, but it is very chaotic to get it going. Who are some of the partners that you're working with? And you mentioned them briefly in the beginning, but share those again, Chris.
Okay, so Innovate Orlando,
Mhm.
City of Orlando. Also, Women in Tech and Entrepreneurship, they're part of the group. Blacks in Technology Foundation, they're a part of it. We also partnered with Civitai, 11 Labs. Think Diffusion is actually my company. Those who aren't familiar with Civitai and 11 Labs, look them up. These are the companies who are behind some of the most innovative tools around AI. These are our partners. We are launching, as part of the 3-day tech summit, an AI film festival competition. So think
Tell
about
me
that.
about that. Yeah, tell me
Yes, the
about that.
AI film festival competition. We are in partnership with 11 Labs, Civitai, Real Dreams, and Think Diffusion. And this competition is going to be announced on Friday, May 24th. It's going to be at Cinemark, where we're going to have basically panels, and then we'll have screenings of future projects that are actually using AI to bring them to life. So just think about that idea. We're going to create what we believe is going to be the Oscars of AI filmmaking. And the
Mhm.
reason why we're doing that is because the skepticism that people are saying around AI that it's going to take jobs. There are Hollywood people who are afraid to even talk about AI. We're going to show them the right way it's being done. Because with our technology and our tools, we're not taking away the opportunities for people to be still empowered. We're giving them tools and access so that they can use those tools to develop their skills, to enhance their skills. So we've been working with visual artists who have developed storyboards around some of our short films. We didn't lose the art of working with an illustrator to draw things first. That's part of the magic of what we do that shows people how you do it properly. We're still using traditional means to actually get work done. Only difference is that rather than taking 6 months to produce a film, we probably can do it in 3 months now. That is the future, and we're going to introduce that as part of our event come May 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
So, what student demos are you looking at? The demographics, are they high school students, college? What about young adults, even who are not students but may be interested in the industries that you're highlighting here?
All of those are our demographics. So when you think about middle school, high school, we creatively have put middle school student and high school students on our panels with adults. These
Oh,
middle school students and the high school students are part of the science fair competitions that you see nationally and internationally. They are developing some of the most innovative ideas that you've ever seen. They are going to be on panels with grown adults. And I did that deliberately because I said, I want not only for young people to feel confident that they can also have great ideas, but they also can meet people who could become mentors to them. And when you put young people on a panel with grown adults to show that we can level the playing field and that you can also develop young people along the way as you are developing ideas, that's the magic of what we're developing with F3F. How often do you see a middle school student sitting on a panel with a top-notch executive from a company and talking about innovative ideas? You don't see that often. We're
right.
creating that at F3F.
One of the things that I have done for many years with Tech Sassy Girls is communication virtual workshops. These webinars give the girls an opportunity to explain their devices or whatever they're working on to me. And then I help them bring it to life. The magic of words is what I do. And a lot of times, young people who are more tech savvy than not are not communicators, and so bringing them to light to make them understand, you still have to talk. You still have to lift your head up. You still have to communicate with your eyes. You still have to smile. You still have to show brightness. Is that important to you in terms of determining who or which students get to go on these panels? What are you looking for? That personality type.
Well, it's ironic that you say that because the students that I've met, they are young entrepreneurs. They are literally developing their own companies. One of our students, her name is Tiffany Gay. She has two nonprofits that she started. Girls Who Code and Future Discovery are her two nonprofits. This young lady is so sharp that she's won the national science fair competition 4 years in a row. She's currently now
Amazing.
in California competing in an international competition, but this is how sharp this young girl is. We have a documentary around her that we're producing. It's called The Science Behind Tiffany. These are the kind of people that are gravitating towards us. When you ask that question, what are we looking for? We really are looking for young people who really want to be heard. If you are confident and if you are developing ideas that are actually making a difference in the world, those are the kind of products and innovations that we're looking for. We're trying to teach young people that it's not just about accolades and awards. What are you doing to make a difference and give back? How are you paying it forward? So the young people that we've actually galvanized to be a part of our event, they already stand for that. Their parents have groomed them so well, and we want to make them become faces for what parents and what communities should be doing around young people. Let's build these kids up. Let's build confidence in them. Let's give them a platform to be able to speak and be heard. And that is how we're going to change the game. I believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and I don't want to make excuses for anyone when it comes to our programs that we've developed over the years are real. Inclusion is important. So when we get these companies and these the governments are trying to get rid of our programs, what they
Mhm.
don't realize is that you're not going to stop us. We're going to still be heard. We're going to still be top notch. And if we have to be better, we've always been better. We're going to keep doing that. But you're not going to stop what we are creating. And that's why I have targeted young people. And I go as young as 12 years old because innovation don't start when you're grown. It starts when you're young.
That's true. Chris Surrey, the creator of Paintbox Laboratories, one of their big events is coming up, and it's going to be here in Orlando at Hard Rock Live, May 23rd through 25th. I know that you're in search of sponsors. How do students get involved in the conference? Is there a fee for them? What do they need to do? Is there a website you want them to go to register?
Well, there's a free registration. So we are offering on Thursday. That day I have dedicated to Women Empowerment Day. So we partner with the Women in Tech and Entrepreneurship organization. And from 3 to 6, it's basically a free opportunity for everyone to come and to actually be a part of the event. There are going to be 4 panels on display. In fact, 2 of the students that I mentioned, Tiffany Gay, she's on one of those panels that she's moderating. But we want people to show out and show out large on Thursday from 3 to 6, because that will allow for us to actually have this real rally. It's part of the documentary. We're filming the documentary, and we want for everyone to show up to be heard, because it will give all of us an opportunity to be able to speak and to be heard and to talk about all the things that we believe are important to us, especially when it comes to empower our community. So there's a free registration. You can go to www.f3fest.com. That's where you can go register. But just know that everything's there. It's all on the site, and we welcome all.
This is some good stuff, Chris, and I'm so grateful to Sayini to share, the connection. I never had an opportunity to meet you because now you're West Coast bound, right? That's where you live now.
No, no, no. I'm actually in
Here?
Orlando. So I'm in Orlando, in New York City. So I'm based in both New York City and Orlando. But Universal brought me here 4 years ago, and I'm still here. But I do have a place in Fort Lee, New Jersey. So I actually go back and forth between the both places. But no, Orlando is my base.
Okay, okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to meet you in person. I can't wait to meet Tiffany as well. I'm seeing, have we covered everything that we needed to really, really hop on? Because we know that we're looking for high school, college, and just young adults, period, who are interested in tech, who are interested in developing an AI aptitude. We're looking for, he's looking for sponsors too. F3F, that is the Family Finance Fund, and I'm loving that. I love that. 4 weeks from now is the film, and he's going to be filming those 3 days. So you're going to want to have your face in the place and all that good stuff. But the big thing is dreams are coming out of this. Dreams are coming out of this. If you are technically adept, that's one thing. If you are artistically adept, that's another thing too. If you're just curious about technology, this is the place to be for those 3 days. That's where you're going to want to rub elbows with people there. What else can we do to open up opportunities? Because when we talk about careers, Chris, let's just go, maybe give me 5 that you can think of that are available once they've got their technicians, their technology certifications, or whatever it is that they need. What are some of the careers that are actually available to them?
Well, one of those is actually, the design. If you are someone who's developing your own AI models, and that's where Civitai comes into place. If those who don't know about Civitai, please Google them and look them up. But
Spell it
Civitai
for
is
me.
a company where millions of people who are developing AI models, they're actually creating these licensed AI models. And that's what we use in order for us to create and design, for brands. That's one of the skill sets that people, if you don't know about model making, learn about AI model making, because that's where the opportunities exist. If you don't know about coding, if you're a coder and don't know that much about coding, I recommend that you guys learn about coding, because codings are basically fields where you are making a lot of money, but a lot of companies are looking for innovators in that space. If you are someone who is a front end designer, and you don't want to get into the gaming world, and you are good at actually creating visual design, that is something that I also recommend that you guys actually tap into, because that's very important, and that actually an opportunity for you to actually get exposure. If you also are someone who's just merely trying to be knowledgeable about visual communication and don't know anything about AI in general, learn the trade of how to actually create design. If you're a
Mhm.
graphic designer, if you're someone who actually has dabbled in making logos or creating designs for t-shirts, all those skill sets are viable, because if you learn the tools of AI and you're using your practical skills of actually drawing and use your hands, there are great opportunities for you to have exposure in the industry, and people are looking for talent in that area. And then last but not least, I always tell anyone, and I said it earlier, but I'll say it again, Coding and learning how to code is a huge asset in this business. I'm very lucky and very blessed to have a great dev team of my own. And when you're talking about developing your own SaaS product, one of the things I always tell anybody when they're trying to create a new product in the tech space, you got to have a strong tech team. You need to have strong developers on your team, and getting access to developers is very important because that's what's going to separate yourself from those who claim to have a great idea but haven't thought it out in terms of how to actually develop the idea from a beta stage to a real practical use stage. So I
Mhm.
always encourage people, learn about the business of developing your own tech products and make sure you have strong talent attached to you.
That's it. That's it in a nutshell. And we can go to f3f.com for more information, right, Chris?
You can go to F3Fest,
F3.
FEST.com. So F3Fest.com,
Mm.
where you can learn more information about the event.
I love it. Thank you so much for taking a moment to be with us. And we'll continue to push your information out there. We'll talk about it in different platforms and then maybe even show up. Because I know some young people who are interested in technology and AI. And I'm sitting here thinking about I have a niece who's about to graduate high school and go to there's is it Pratt Institute in New York?
Yes, it is.
I
Yep.
believe that's where she's gotten accepted to. So she is, this would be something that would be good for her. And then again, my producer, part of the Tech Sassy Girls group, and that might be good for her as well. There's money to be made, there are ideas to be created, and this is the time that you're going to want to be there so that you can be seen and heard and your ideas can be shared. And this is it. It is the F3 Fest, and it's May 23rd through the 25th at Hard Rock Live. Go ahead and put your name in that hat, and you never know what's going to come. Chris Surrey, thank you so much, the creator of Paintbox Laboratories. We appreciate you for being on One Take Live.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Monica. And I to be there because I definitely want to meet you in person.
Thank you so much. Don't forget now, make sure that you're a part of this conversation. One Take Live streams directly to Facebook, YouTube. We're also on Spotify, and we live in on Apple as well. Thanks again for watching Monica May's One Take Live.